we have seen Triple C attracting quite a lot of supporters in their rallies. Why do you think so many people follow such a party from how you've described the leadership?
No, this is not new in the politics of the world. As I say, it's not true that the right idea will always win in the first instance, but the right idea will win in the end of the day. At the end of the day, as I said yesterday at a rally, Jesus stood for the right, for the truth. Jesus stood for the new kingdom. Jesus stood for the new governance system by that time. Jesus wanted to introduce the new world. He did, but he was victimized. He suffered a blow. He was crucified. And an election was conducted at the cross. And he lost the election to a criminal. The majority of that time supported the criminal because they had not understood the new vision Jesus was bringing. So we are the same. We are the victims of the people's misguided loyalty. The young men represent the criminality, the world of the criminality. He took the power from Morgen unconstitutional. He led the people that was left with the power, with the Chimuti in our African language, by Morgen. He lied, and the people are being fooled. So temporarily people will follow him, but eventually people will know the truth. They will come back. They will come back to their party, and we are ready to receive them. I will take this opportunity to actually invite all the misguided young people who are following the wrong leader to come back to their original party. As I said again yesterday, this has happened even in the Bible. Remember when King David died. King David died, one of his sons called Adonijah, because he was a commander, he was very popular, he was very rich. He took the power unconstitutionally. Then he installed himself as a leader. He was supported by very rich people in Israel. And a lot of parties took place in the province of Israel. And there was this, our new leader called mantra, and everybody celebrated. But the laws of Israel caught up with him. He had taken the power unconstitutionally. They had to follow the constitution, and his young brother came from behind. Slowly he took over. Slowly he convinced the people of Israel that we must follow the constitution, we must follow the laws of our country, we must follow what was in terms of that time, what was left as the procedural way of taking power from their father King David. And eventually Solomon took over as the leader of Israel. And in that particular moment, this elder brother who had taken power unconstitutionally came back to the young men and apologized. And they reunited. As MDC were going through the same experience, the young men took the powers took the leadership of Washington unconstitutionally. So at the moment he's still enjoying the misguided support. We are following the constitution. Gradually you can see our support is going on. Gradually the people of Zimbabwe are understanding us. If you compare our rally of the peace rally yesterday in the Zororo ground rally, you can see a big change. There is growth from the Zororo experience to what happened yesterday. What we saw in Kai, what we are seeing in Pinga today in the rural areas, people are flocking towards their party. They have been lied to. That MDC had been destroyed, and MDC is transformed into yellow. Now people are going to judge you. Why are you lying to us? Why are you coming to us with lies? Why did you take power unconstitutionally? Why did you take power when the man was not even buried? In our African context, in Gozi, people will not accept, they will know. They will eventually know that we are not a good leader. If you don't follow constitution, your party of your own party, what would you do when you preside over the national constitution? If you are brave to ignore the party constitution, to use violence to get power, to use lies to get power, what would you do when you preside over the national constitution? We saw this during Mugabe's time. We don't want to see it again. Mugabe did not respect the national constitution. He was a violent man, and we are in the institution that we are today because of the Mugabe's abuse of the national constitution. And we do not see another Mugabe coming before this Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans must stand up against that behavior. They must not be cheated by popularity. They must follow principles and values.